Freemasonry. The Scottish Rite of Freemasonry is the biggest secret society in the world. Pervades world politics, world business, world banking, and all the other areas and institutions of control. History is just a fairy tale. The Templar Cross, the St. George's Cross of England. Now I'm just going to, the next 15 minutes, whip through some of the symbols that you see all around you and indicate what they kind of mean. Throughout this period of time, from the ancient world to now, the same symbols keep reoccurring in the Illuminati secret language. This is one of them, the skull and bones. It was used by the Templars, and they used to fly it on their ships. This is where the kind of thing about pirate ships and skull and bones came from. And there was a bloodline family, one of the major bloodline families in America, called the Russell family, who used to fly the skull and bones on their ships when they were running drugs for the British to the Chinese during the Opium Wars. And this same Russell family, with that symbol, created one of the most notorious secret societies in America, appropriately called the Skull and Bones Society. It's at Yale University. And the most famous members of the Skull and Bones Society today are George Bush and George W. Bush. It takes bloodline students, 15 every year, and those students then, in a massive ratio compared with the general population, go on to enter the positions of power in America. This is the way it kind of works. These people in power are led in there by bloodline, not by any other means. Now, not only is the pyramid a massive Illuminati symbol in the secret language, they also use these pyramids literally to manipulate energy fields in cities and in other places, because the pyramid draws energy in and focuses it. And this pyramid, this big black glass pyramid, was built a few years ago during the reign of the 33rd degree Freemason president of France, François Mitterrand, right next to the beautiful Louvre Museum. And people with any eye for beauty were absolutely stunned. What the hell is going on? What are you putting that bloody thing there for? And if you don't realize why it's there, it's a mystery. Here's Margaret Thatcher here. She was there, big ritual opening to the bloody thing. The reason they put that there will become clear in a second. The pyramid is also, however, part of the secret language. And this is an ancient Illuminati symbol, which you'll find on every dollar bill. Massive esoteric symbolism, and that's the capstone eye, the pyramid with the capstone missing, the eye of Horus, the eye of the Force, the Watchers who manipulate the pyramid. That was put on the dollar bill in 1933 by one of the great frontmen of the Illuminati in the 20th century, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, who was president during the World War, in which the other bloodline guy, Winston Churchill, was Prime Minister in Britain. This is Dealey Plaza, a pyramid with a capstone missing in the street plan. And if someone showed me this and say, look, Kennedy was killed here, so look, see, and I'd not done any other research, I might well say, well, hold on, darling, there are such things as coincidences. Let's get carried away here, mate. Except that when you do the research, the obsession with ritual and symbolism is such that this is no accident. This is a railway bridge which cuts off this pyramid to be a pyramid with a capstone missing, just like the Great Pyramid at Giza has its capstone missing. And what are they going to do at the millennium? They're going to put a golden capstone on top of the Great Pyramid. And guess who's on the guest list? George Bush. This was the scene of the first Freemasonic temple in Dallas. And they put the Freemasonic temples on the big vortex points because they understand the Earth's energy grid and how energy can be manipulated if you get hold of the big vortexes. That's why they put Stonehenge where they did. That's why they put the pyramids where they did, etc. And that's why they put Freemasonic temples and other Illuminati buildings. I'll come back to the Kennedy assassination in a minute. But before that, this is the key Illuminati symbol. It's the flame or the lighted torch which says the illuminated ones, the Illuminati, illuminated into knowledge the rest of the population do not get. And this symbolism comes from a recurring story in the ancient world of a hero, given different names, who took fire knowledge from the gods and gave it to people, these bloodlines in this case. This is the most famous of these heroes, called Prometheus, a Greek legendary figure who was supposed to have been connected, funnily enough, to the Caucasus Mountains, which comes up in my research all the time. Now, this gold statue of Prometheus was put up in Rockefeller Center in New York by the Rockefeller family, and there's a plaque there to that effect. And to the Rockefellers, one of the bloodline branch managers of America, this would have massive symbolic significance because, of course, they know the story. So the lighted torch became the key Illuminati symbol, and that's what that is. The Statue of Liberty, this is the exact replica in Las Vegas. That's why you see the fairground, right? But it's an exact replica. That is the Illuminati. There's the rays coming out of their head, which you find again and again going through the ancient stories and such. And people who studied Babylonian history tell me that is a nice package of Queen Semiramis. A lot of people don't realize that the Statue of Liberty was given to New York by French Freemasons from Paris. Therefore, it had all the symbolism of the Illuminati. And this is where you get this flip between reality and what we think is reality. You ask American people for a symbol of freedom, and they will say, the Statue of Liberty. Freedom, land of the free. What is it really saying? We're running the show, we're telling you, and you can't even see it, can you? What a laugh. And it's in our face. But if we don't know the language, we can't see it. And a lot of people don't know this either, that in Paris, where this came from, is a virtual mirror replica on an island in the Seine, just down the road from where Diana was ritually sacrificed. When they killed Kennedy in the pyramid with the capstone missing, there's the grassy knoll when it all unfolded, the Scottish Rite of Freemasonry put up an obelisk, another major symbol of the Illuminati, going back to the ancient world, the phallic symbol, the male energy. And on the top of it, they put the lighted torch. We killed him, we're telling you, but you can't see it, can you? And what did they put on Kennedy's grave from that day to this? The lighted torch, the eternal flame. We killed him, we're telling you, but you can't see it, can you? And what's the focus? In Paris, where people take their tributes to Diana on top of the Pont d'Alma tunnel, the ritual sacrifice center of the Merovingians, an exact and massive replica of the torch held by the Statue of Liberty, and it's standing on a black pentagram, and you can't get more symbolic than that in terms of Satanism. On the island at Old Thorpe Park, where Diana is supposed to be buried, lighted torch. And this symbolism, I indicated earlier, goes into the street plans of the major cities, London, Paris, Washington, New York. And it's not just, let's have a laugh. They know from this level of knowledge that if you can create flows of energy with streets, you can put key buildings with key shapes in different geometrical relationships to each other, you can resonate the entire energy field of a city to the frequency range that you want people to live in and therefore be affected by. And I'll give you an example of this. This is that symbol I told you about earlier. This is the Arc de Triomphe with the 12 streets and the sun on the road and stuff. What we're going to do, we're going to have a journey from below there straight down the most famous thoroughfare in Paris, the Champs-Élysées, and we are not going to deviate a single inch as we walk in an exact straight line. We're going to start underneath there, looking in this direction, and there you find the lighted torch, the Illuminati. And we're going to walk straight